Hey guys, hey! I'm Kristen.
And I'm Jake.
And we are here to share with you the CR411, the message about stuff. Okay, so here we go. Oh, and I didn't write this, but I'm reading it. I recall one of my first basketball coaches teaching us the fundamentals and drilling us with a practical game time situations for almost a week before we were allowed to touch an actual basketball during practice. I remember those 4 to 5 practices seeming to last forever. I was ready to dribble, shoot, and score. I did not have time for drills and walking through scenarios. Okay. To this day, that coach is one of my most admired individuals. Honestly, I hated him for about a year and a half, but I eventually learned that he was opening the door for me and my teammates to reach our full potential. He raised the lid on what any of us could have accomplished within our athletic ability and knowledge of the game. Jake, you play soccer. Do you do this?
Yeah, before we can start touching the soccer ball, we have to run through a series of conditioning and hard running training before we can actually get on the field and play with each other.
Is that fun?
No.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, it's worth it.
Why?
Because when you all train together, it sort of brings the team together, and when you get out on the field, it shows.
So it prepares you for like the games later, and so that you can perform and win.
Right.
Which you should have won the last game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Tear. Okay, you get to read the second part.
Okay. In order to excel in school, at a job, volunteering, or in any discipline, a person must acquire and master certain skills. Living life fully and productively is no different. You begin establishing a firm foundation. That foundation is you. You must learn who you are, what you want, and what you're capable of. You must then determine which values, goals, and then principles will set up.
It's okay. Go ahead. Take 2. Keep going.
Take 2. All right. So, goals, principles you will set up to guide your actions. Should I read this entire thing and then say, so how does this all apply to CR Academy?
Sure, because we're not going to take this again. We don't really have editing ability.
Oh.
We keep reading.
Okay. Often the hardest part in any endeavor is getting started, or at least getting started properly. In my example, I was ready to jump into the NBA, but that is never going to be realistic without learning fundamentals first. It is my belief that taking the time to really understand the basics from the ground level, although humbling, can produce incredible dividends. We aren't entitled to anything, not a title or a position that elevates us. Don't be afraid to work your way up from the bottom. Take time and enjoy the process of achieving your ultimate goals.
Very nice.
So, Kristen, how does this apply to the Chain Reaction Academy?
Well, I think it's what you guys just went through is like, what do you really, really want? And not that filling out that paperwork was fun at all. And then we're going to work on our goals and our 1-month objectives, and not that any of that kind of stuff's enjoyable. Kind of to me, because I like that junk. But for the rest of the world, that's normal. It's not. But know that by going through that and setting that foundation, kind of doing your drills, that's what's going to make you achieve everything that you want. You know, getting that college scholarship, which would be awesome. Or mine was, getting a 6-pack on my stomach. Woo! I don't know. Did you have one? Do you remember one of yours that you wrote down?
One of my goals?
No. One of the things you really, really wanted.
Oh, I really, really wanted. Well,
he can't remember, but that's okay. Put him on the spot there. No big deal. But again, just remember that that's what it was, and that happens a lot in life. So I think that was pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next week. See ya.
Peace.